we're here to play some dang-ass Netrunner. How's it going?
Pretty good.
I ain't
We're
dead.
here to play some dang-ass Netrunner. Oh, goddamn, I do it every fucking time. I forgot to mute the stream because I've got it open to check the chat. I'll learn one day.
Oh, no.
The first couple seconds of every Luke stream, you just get a little bit of, just a little extra recursion audio for fun.
I like sounding extra
Beautiful.
spooky. It works out for me.
Yeah. Iris, you're here with me, and we got Sierra here.
What is up, gamers?
How's it going? I am just continuing to go down the list of prodding everybody I know, like, will you play Netrunner with me? Because eventually someone is going to get as hooked on this game as I am, and then I'll have a Netrunner buddy, and I'll feel good.
Yeah, audio entropy heads may remember Sierra from our podcast Sabermetrics, formerly known as I Got Sucked Off by Historical King Arthur.
Right, and then you change the title because
That
you're
name
cowards.
still makes me- that name still makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sierra, I don't know, like, obviously we've chatted, like, on Blue Sky Order. I don't know if we've actually, like, talked before now.
I don't think so. We
Yeah.
just sort of been consistently missing each other.
Yeah. Well, good to talk to you voice to voice. Not face to face. That's
Sure.
not what we're doing. But
No, it's not.
but yeah. So you've played a lot of MTG. You know from card games.
Yeah. I am fairly versed in card games in general. MTG is probably my main card game outside of like playing cribbage with just a regular 52 card deck.
Sure.
But I've dabbled in a bunch of different card games. But yeah, MTG is like my familiar ground.
Yeah. And you've played a little bit of Netrunner before, right?
Yeah, it was like maybe a decade ago, but I have enough to have like basic concepts and the way action economy functions with the game.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I just had you you went out and searched out some like pretty basic, just like straightforward, nothing fancy fundamentals Netrunner decks. And
Exactly.
we're gonna play a little. We'll get you. Did you play in paper or have you played on JNet?
I played in paper
Okay.
like a couple times at my local college's game night, which was ages ago.
Yeah. Because the JNet UI can be a little bit to navigate. But again, if you've been around playing like MTG before you had like Arena, then you're familiar with this kind of client, you know?
Oh yeah, I've used untap.in
Yeah.
or whatever it is, which is an MTG client, which is janky is a very kind way of describing it.
It gets the job done, we'll say.
I would say, if
If
you're...
you give it that much credit, it almost gets the job done.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think if you're grading JNet against, like, Hearthstone or MTG Arena or anything, obviously it's not nearly as functional as any of those. But if you're comparing it to stuff like that, or like, Lackey TCG or Apprentice or whatever, I think it's actually very robust. It mostly knows how to handle all the rules for you, you know?
Yeah, I would say probably the closest comparison would probably be MTGO, which is, I believe, also a browser client. And
that's true.
Like,
I forgot about MTGO. Yeah.
But it's like pretty finicky, and it kind of makes you do everything, which is not necessarily a bad thing. If you're two people who actually know how the rules of the game work, it's basically just a version of paper clients in browser.
Yeah.
But that makes it a struggle for anybody who is not familiar with it.
Yeah, JNet basically does automate everything for you correctly, but it does run into bugs sometimes where you have to kind of manually override it. And it has all the tools to do that. But tell you what, I will make a game. Why don't we start with you corping? Because I think corping is just a little... Unless you want to run.
Now, corping is also what I have the most experience with.
Yeah, I think corping is a little easier to get into the game with.
The person I was playing with in college also didn't want to play Corpo, so I just played Corp the entire time.
Okay, well, we'll definitely get you some runner games in tonight. All right, I'm making a private game. The password is just stream, all lowercase.
Okay. Where do I go to find?
If you go to play at the very top.
there it is.
And I'll tell you what, let me share my screen so Iris can watch here.
Yay.
I'm going to also put the chat just in case, so that I'm not also seeing your game.
Sure. It's obviously runner hidden information does matter, but corp hidden information matters way more.
Sure, that makes sense. Oh yeah, because if you can see my remotes, that changes a lot.
Yeah, and like obviously, if you can see my hand, you might have some thoughts about like, oh, if you have that card in hand, I should protect this server more, whatever. But it's less impactful than knowing where your agendas are, you know?
Yeah.
All right, jumping on in here. I'm probably just gonna keep whatever this hand is because I don't know this deck. I said that. Now I'm looking at the hand. I'm like, no, I'm gonna mulligan this. Am I? This isn't terrible.
I generally find whenever before looking at a hand, to go, oh, I'll just keep whatever it is. I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. It's a 7-land hand, and I'm just gonna die.
Well, typically with if it's a brand new deck that I like haven't played before, I'm like, I don't even know what I'd be mulling for, so I may as well just take whatever it gives me, and I'll learn real quick if that was a bad hand to keep or not, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm an insane person, so I will. So in MTG, it's called goldfishing, where you just will run your deck.
Yeah.
And I am the insane person who just sits there and will literally take notes on 30 different goldfish iterations.
Yeah.
To sharpen a deck as much as possible.
Totally. Okay, so like I said, you know the basic rules. Is there anything you want me to clarify before we start here?
Is it hard luck that either corp or runner goes first, or
corp always goes first?
Okay.
So yeah, because otherwise runner could really fuck up the corp.
Because in theory, if runner got to go first, I could just run R&D 4 times, steal 4 agendas, and win before you ever got to play the game.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I didn't consider that, but you could. So just run over some basics real quick. Start with 5 credits. Mandatory draw, and then it's 3 clicks or 4 clicks.
Corp gets 3, runner gets 4, but runner doesn't get a mandatory draw. So it's kind of like you get 4 clicks, but you have to spend the first one drawing.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, I like drawing cards, so I'd probably do that anyway.
Yeah. But it's also a bit of like, the fact that you have to draw constantly means that on a long enough timeline, you will get agendas in hand that I can steal, right? It's kind of puts a time constraint on your game plan.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, parts of being big and slow to react means I have to be enforcing a plan with less action.
And it is also, for what it's worth, this never comes up. The corp can lose by mill out. The runner cannot lose by mill out. If I run out of cards, I just can't draw anymore. If you run out of cards, I win.
That makes sense. Okay. So, and then it's 1 click to basic actions are play a card for the cost in the upper left corner.
Correct.
Do assets have a go on a remote server, or are they just played elsewhere?
Yeah, assets you put in remote servers. They don't cost anything to put down face down, but then to activate them to res them, you have to pay the cost to flip them over.
So, start turn, draw a card.
And resing does not cost a click. You can even res on my turn.
Does laying a card down cost a click?
Yes.
Yeah, installing always costs a click unless a card text says otherwise.
And then the first ice you put on any server is free. Each additional ice on the same server costs 1 more than the last one. So like the second ice costs 1 credit, the third ice costs 2 credits, so on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so playing an operation is also a click?
Yes. Yeah, the clicks are, and this especially matters if you play HB, because they've got cards that care about like what you do with your clicks, but the basic actions are draw a card, play an operation, install a card, take 1 credit, and if I'm tagged, you can spend a click and 2 credits to trash one of my resources that I have installed.
Right, that's right.
Or you can spend...
If I know where you are, I can just point a gun at you.
Exactly. Or you can spend all 3 of your clicks to take all the virus counters off of every card in play. Obviously, that doesn't matter for turn 1. I don't even know if it matters for this deck, but...
I didn't see anything in there, but that's very good to know.
I have 1 virus in hand. It's probably not one you would want to waste a whole turn purging, but yeah, it is technically an option.
That makes sense. Do I need to know anything about phases, or are they pretty standard? Just
pretty standard phases. You just have, like, start of turn. There's not, like, a delineated, like, upkeep phase. It's more just everything has, like, a trigger that fires at start of turn. Then you have your action phase where you can spend your clicks. Then discard phase, end of turn, and pass to me.
So I think in that case, what I will do is first card. How do I play it? There we go.
Yeah, you just click it.
So that's 1 click, and I've got 2 left. We're going to put this on a new remote.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to put this on that remote.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to as this F.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
So I draw 2 cards. Did it auto draw me?
Yeah, it did.
And then that's the end of turn.
Okay.
Someone is asking. So how does tournaments work in Netrunner? Do people just decide who is corp or runner based on coin flip?
So the bracket algorithm they use assigns you a side. So it's just totally random first round, and then every subsequent round, it does its best to have you alternate every round. Depending on the number of players, sometimes you'll be forced to play like the same side multiple rounds in a row. But over the course of a tournament, the algorithm tries its hardest to make everyone play an equal amount of corp and runner throughout the day.
I wasn't sure if it would do that, or if every best of 3 would actually be a best of 6.
Yeah, so in the old days, the way it worked, Netrunner games just take longer than Magic games on average. So it used to be you had 1 hour to play 2 games, one where you played each side, and then it was just, you got however many points you got. Now it is, you have 40 minutes to play 1 game, and you just get the side assigned to you by the bracket system. All right. So I am going to do a sure gamble, because that's pretty much always good if you got it in hand. I'm just going to kind of talk through my thought process for strategy here for your benefit. I don't care that much about killing the Spin Doctor, but if I kill it, I do get to trigger Lou, which gets me a draw and a credit. I probably can't get in, but I can force you to spend money defending it, so I am going to run that server. Because what's the worst that can happen to me here?
So I am actually not going to res it. So I'll just let you through and trash it.
Okay, so just to make sure you have